right, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Adams Brothers Podcast. It's a beautiful, happy hump day here in South Florida. Hope everybody's doing well today. Make sure you drive safely going home today if you're on your way home. We are joined here this afternoon with candidate for Florida State House District 98, Mr. Keith Abel. He is a candidate, and he's going to be on the ballot in November. And we'd like to welcome August. I'm sorry.
August, yeah.
I'm sorry, August. I stand corrected. It's going to be in August.
Yep.
Yeah, so he's going to be on the ballot in August. So we'd like to welcome Mr. Keith Abel back to
again.
The Adams Brothers Podcast. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you. Right.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said again, that's going to be in August. August. What is the date again on in August?
18, 2026.
August the 18th. So we'd like to welcome Mr. Keith Abel back. He was on our podcast here a couple years ago. He ran and he didn't win. He came very close, but he's confident that he can get the job done this time. So he's back on our podcast. So Mr. Abel, again, welcome to the Adams Brothers Podcast.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So let's start out by, we always like to have our guests introduce themselves because nobody can introduce yourself better than you. So go ahead and tell our viewers a little bit about Keith Abel, whatever you would like them to know about Keith Abel, and we'll go from there. Go on into our questions.
Well, I'm a 30-year veteran. Spent 30 years in the United States Army in 2 combat wars, Iraq, Freedom, and Desert Storm. And so when I decided to get out of the military, I just said, hey, I still need to keep on serving. So just because the uniform was taken off, I'm still serving. And that's one thing I wanted to do and have been doing since I got out. And I've been a very community advocate for the people, whether it be a veteran, whether it be senior citizens, or whether it just be the everyday people. I'm here and I'm not going nowhere.
Okay. All right. And like I said, let's just get right on down into the questions here. My first question for you, sir, is in your opinion, what are the top 3 issues facing our district, which is 98? What are the top 3 issues that you think that we are facing right now?
My number 1 is homeowner insurance. It's a big thing. The next thing is workforce housing. And then after that, it is healthcare and veterans.
Okay. Homeowners insurance is definitely a hot topic here in the state of Florida. I just got my policy renewal in the mail. That's due in about another month, I believe. And it's for around $5,500 for the year. And I remember when I first bought my house, it was about $300 for the whole year. And now we're up to $5,500. And a lot of people here in the state of Florida, you know, they can't afford this health insurance, and it's forcing a lot of people to make a decision. You know, do I keep my lights and my water on? Do I have to keep my home, or do I spend the money on my homeowner's insurance? And a lot of people who have paid their homes off, they're taking a gamble right now, and they're, you know, taking that big, huge risk by not insuring their home, which is a dangerous thing to do here in South Florida because of the hurricanes. But these are the decisions that people are faced with because of the rising costs of homeowners insurance. So, what do you think that you can do if elected to bring down the cost of a homeowner's insurance?
Well, first, to start off with educating the people about how do you get relief off that? How do you improve certain things, your energy costs, your migration, all those kind of things, is fixing your roof as well. So those would, first thing I would do is education. Then the next thing is to start making Florida a place where we get competition. Competition is the American way of living. So attracting different insurance companies to come in and compete with. So you got different rates. That'll be my next thing. Another thing, we're talking about having different grants, the migration grants to help citizens who probably can't afford to do different things with their roofs, their windows, and their electric. So we can lower that as well. So that's why I would start. Those three different things I would start with.
Okay. All right. And my second question is, if elected, what specific accomplishments would you hope to achieve in your first term?
First term is workforce housing. Definitely workforce housing for everyone. You know, it's a shame that people have to think about, well, like you said before, what should I pay my electric bill? Should I be able to have my medicine? So I want to do different programs that would give people an opportunity to get into homes who are working every day that cannot even afford their own home. So that's be one of my things. And then the next thing is really what I see is bringing District 98 and a unity, working together, because I can't do it by myself. So what I plan to have to do is different boards where I hear the community. The city does it, the county does it. So then I'll be able to hear the voices of what the people want. Because I can say all day, this is what they need, but I need to hear them. And that's what I'm doing. So those are my accomplishments before when I get in there. That's what I would want to accomplish.
Okay. All right.
Yes. Mr. Abel, what do you think you can do better this time around than you did the first time when you ran?
It's really just getting to the people more. I mean, I don't sleep. And if I do sleep, we're talking about 2 or 3 hours, because I'm always thinking of ways, how can I help people in District 98? If I get a phone call from a veteran that is homeless, if I get a message from a senior saying these different programs we want. So the difference, what I would do is be out there even more than what I am.
Okay. And here in Broward County here, lately in the news, just I believe on Monday, they were talking about I call it massive. You're talking like 1,000 people. I was told that layoffs in the Broward County school system, actually 700 jobs was cut through attrition that were not filled, and the other 3 were actually bodies on the ground. What steps would you take to support and improve education while supporting the teachers?
Well, you know what? I'll sum it up in a short way. First of all, we need to change the way we do things with our school system. We need to do that. We need to start listening to the residents and seeing what's actually what they want and what's going on. And if you just notice just if you go to the school board, I don't know if you've ever been to one of their meetings, the way things are positioned, you as a person, you're in the resident, when you come there to speak, are you really being heard, number one? Number 2 is set up to where can you actually attend? Either you can attend, it's only one time you can attend, like during the day. So we need to have meetings more towards the night. So once again, I start with asking the people what they want. Some things that I can actually do is say, hey, we got different job career fields for everyone. We're looking at for better pay. We need competition, and we need to be very mindful of our budget. What are we doing and holding people accountable?
Yeah. Okay. And the layoffs, what do you, I mean, I know you kind of address some of the things about holding people accountable. Does that mean the upper level staff, or is that the school board members that are elected?
I'm saying everyone. You know, we had this saying in the Army, when stuff happens, it rolls down. So it's all the way from the top on down. So everyone needs to be accountable.
Yeah, because this is a problem that just didn't happen overnight. This is a problem that has been going over for years, and it's like no one did anything about it. And I mean, they laid off 300 people from what I was told actually got laid off, and then they're talking about another 1,000 next year. that's going to be a major hit.
3,000. I thought it was like 3,000.
I thought I heard 1,000,
Okay,
but it could be 3. But I heard 1,000 again next year. That these going to be bodies again on the ground. So our education definitely might take a hit and suffer. But I agree, you need to hold people accountable.
I want to interject with that. So
Yes.
we're looking at what's the word to use? The educators, or we looking at fields that hasn't been filled, and then they're striking them out, and they're not hiring no more on that. Or we looking at the support system. I think in that number count, I think it's more than just education. I think
Yes.
so. Definitely, I don't want no one to be without a job, and we need to look at how can we either retrain them to get to different other jobs. But when it comes down to our educations for our youth, this is where we need to drive in and saying what has happened. That's where the accountability needs to be at, because they are the one who's teaching the people for our future.
Okay. And how do you plan to address small business in your district, and how the small businesses can succeed and grow? How do you plan on addressing that, like just businesses, small business?
Well, it's like I'm doing right now. I'm going out there, going to the business and seeing what their need is. Let's do what I call a squad. Let's see where you're at. How can if you need loans, how can we make you viable towards the community? What works and what don't work? How do we get the exposure? So I'm looking at different grants, and then you know what? You can take those same, when we talk about education, this is one of my things, education, and you can have some of those business, like you say, to give those volunteer hours to students so they can actually be training them. So it's like doing a partnership with the businesses, and it's right there in your own community that you go and get service from every day.
And what is your take, Mr. Abel, on the, I know there's been talk in the legislature, and right now I think it has stalled out, about the elimination of property tax for homesteaded homes. What's your approach on that?
It sounds good. It's sounding. But the question is, who's it going to work for? How is it that everyday people are going to really get some happiness from that? Because as you know, a lot of those taxes support a lot of things that we do. Right. So we got to meet somewhere in the middle. Are they too high? Yes. Can we bring them down? Let's try to work with that. But eliminating property taxes as a whole, I'm not for it. It's a lot of things that property taxes pay for. It sound good.
Yeah. I was thinking that my understanding of that was, I was thinking that the governor was saying that it would be, the property taxes would be for the people that own their homes,
right,
and not for the people that's currently still paying for their homes. Now, if you own your home, you would get the property tax relief. But if you're still paying on the home, I don't think that you would qualify. I think that I might be wrong. Correct me if you know. Correct me if I'm wrong.
He had something like that, and then it was also about what, like a certain seniors and whatnot. But once again, let's ask the question: how many people own the homes? Flat out own them.
We too here do.
Yeah, we own our homes, and I know.
But how much? We were talking about how many people. Let's see how this works. Because remember, the people you're saying that own their home, you no longer going to contribute. Now, should it be some type of exemption more for you? Sure, but you got, once again, everybody is getting these services, so we want to make it fair. Because what happens if you have to take out a second mortgage to do something?
Yeah, but you're still paying local. You're still local. Your local taxes are still like to your city government, so you're still going to pay through those services. I'm keeping an open mind on it, because it'll cut essential services, and I want to see it, because the devil is always in the details. So yeah.
And I think it puts the burden back on the local government, because I don't think the state gets any money from property taxes anyway.